You're at home, night has fallen, and suddenly, everything goes dark. Silence. No lights, no hum of appliances, no cell service, just darkness. You rush to the window, only to see that the entire neighborhood is blacked out. Your heart starts to race. You fumble around trying to find a flashlight, but where is it? Does it even have batteries? This isn't a scene from a movie, it's a real possibility for millions of Americans every year. That's why in this video, we're diving deep into the top emergency kits for blackouts. What you must have ready before the lights go out. We're not talking about hype or gimmicks. These are proven, life-saving essentials recommended by energy experts and survival professionals alike. If you care about your family's safety, this is the checklist you can't ignore. Let's start with the absolute cornerstone of any blackout kit light. When the power dies, the first thing people do is scramble for illumination. And yet flashlights are one of the most commonly forgotten or underprepared items in the home. You need at least 2 high-lumen LED flashlights, preferably with rechargeable batteries. Better yet, invest in solar-powered or hand-crank models. These options remove your dependency on grid power or disposable batteries. The Department of Energy strongly advises every household to store flashlights in accessible locations, bedrooms, kitchen drawers, and near entrances. Don't forget headlamps. They free your hands and are perfect for tasks like checking circuit breakers or helping others. And for ambient lighting, LED lanterns are king. They can illuminate an entire room, last for dozens of hours, and some models even come with USB ports to charge your devices. Next up, power. In a blackout, staying connected becomes a survival priority, and that means keeping your devices charged. Start with a portable power station, one with multiple USB ports and enough wattage to run small appliances like a fan, a CPAP machine, or even your refrigerator for a few hours. Solar generators are also skyrocketing in popularity, with more than half of Americans preferring sustainable power sources. They're silent, require no fuel, and work as long as the sun is shining. You can pair them with foldable solar panels and keep them stored safely until needed. Power banks are also essential. Have at least 2 fully charged ones in your kit, and check them monthly. Bonus tip, keep a surge protector in your kit to protect devices once the power returns. Spikes in voltage are common and can fry your electronics instantly. Now let's talk food and water, the 2 things no one can live without, and yet so few people actually prepare. FEMA recommends every household have at least 3 days of non-perishable food for every family member. That means shelf-stable items like canned beans, rice packets, protein bars, vacuum-sealed tuna, peanut butter, and dehydrated meals. Keep a manual can opener nearby. It's one of those small items people forget until they desperately need it. For water, the standard is 1 gallon per person per day, for at least 3 days. That's just for drinking and basic hygiene. But what if your water source becomes contaminated or stops flowing entirely? Enter the water filter, arguably the most important item in your entire kit. A good water filter like a Sawyer or Life Straw can clean thousands of gallons and may literally save your life. Store bottled water too, but don't rely on it alone. Let's get into communication. During blackouts, especially in disaster scenarios like hurricanes or ice storms, cell towers can go down. That's why an emergency radio is not just useful, it's critical. Opt for a no AA weather radio with multiple charging options, battery, solar, hand crank, and USB. These radios keep you connected to emergency broadcasts and updates when every other source goes silent. Some even double as power banks and flashlights. If you live in a rural area or a region prone to extreme weather, consider adding a 2-way radio system to stay in touch with family or neighbors nearby. Write down important phone numbers and keep them in your kit. You can't always count on digital backups when your phone dies. Communication saves lives. Don't underestimate it. Let's shift focus to medical and hygiene. In a prolonged blackout, injuries become more likely, and medical help might be far away. A well-stocked first aid kit should always be part of your emergency supplies. Not the cheap basic kits with just a few band-aids, but a real one, complete with antiseptic wipes, gauze, tweezers, pain relievers, gloves, burn gel, trauma shears, and if possible, a tourniquet. Add personal medications with a note of expiration dates, and if anyone in the household has serious allergies, store an EpiPen if prescribed. Hygiene also becomes crucial. Pack wet wipes, hand sanitizer, feminine hygiene products, and a supply of trash bags with ties, especially if plumbing is affected. Poor sanitation leads to disease outbreaks faster than you think. Keep a pair of work gloves and dust masks too. You never know what conditions you'll be facing. Time to talk comfort and warmth, because surviving isn't just about making it through, it's about doing it without breaking down mentally or physically. Power outages often come with extreme cold or heat. For colder climates, you need thermal blankets, sleeping bags, and battery-powered or propane-safe space heaters. Residents in hurricane zones like Florida frequently stock heated blankets powered by battery packs, as regional trends show. Heat is not a luxury. It's a survival tool when the temperature drops. In summer, a blackout can turn your home into an oven. That's when battery-powered fans become essential. Stock extra clothes, wool socks, and waterproof ponchos. Include some basic entertainment, especially for kids, books, coloring supplies, or even a deck of cards. Maintaining morale during a blackout can be the difference between panic and calm. And now let's cover some final essentials that often get overlooked. Cash? Yes, real paper money. When ATMs and credit card systems go offline, only cash will get you supplies. Keep small bills in a waterproof pouch. Multi-tools and duct tape are worth their weight in gold when it comes to makeshift repairs or cutting through debris. Store a spare set of batteries for everything, AAA, AA, C, and 9-volt, and label expiration dates. Fire starters or waterproof matches are another must, especially if you live in areas prone to long outages. Add a whistle for signaling, extra chargers, a copy of important documents in a Ziploc bag, and a map of your local area in case GPS fails. Finally, pack everything in a durable, weather-resistant backpack or plastic bin. Organization matters when minutes count. So here's your full emergency blackout checklist: broken down light, flashlights, headlamps, lanterns, power banks, solar generator, backup batteries, food and water, canned goods, water filters, manual can opener, communication, NOAA radio, walkie-talkies, printed contacts, first aid and hygiene, real first aid kit, sanitizer, personal meds, comfort, warm blankets, fans, spare clothes, kids' activities, tools and miscellaneous, cash, multi-tool, duct tape, fire starter, documents. This isn't paranoia. This is preparation. 84% of Americans are already worried about power outages, and more than half are actively building these kits. The question is, will you be caught unprepared or ready when the next blackout hits? If you've made it this far, you're already ahead of the curve. Most people won't think about these things until it's too late, but not you. Because when the lights go out, the real test begins. Will you be the one looking for help, or the one others come to for help? It all starts with the decisions you make now, and if you're serious about being ready, check the links in the description. We've curated the most reliable blackout gear available today. From solar generators to ready-to-go emergency kits, everything's listed for you. Don't just watch, act, subscribe, turn on notifications, and share this video with someone you care about. Because in the dark, knowledge is power.